Imagine a nail-biting NFL matchup where mistakes galore couldn't derail a comeback hero. Welcome to the Jacksonville Jaguars' dramatic 27-24 overtime triumph over the Arizona Cardinals on November 23, 2025. This game had it all: high-flying plays, crucial errors, and a last-second twist that left fans on the edge of their seats. Stick around to dive into the thrilling details and see why some decisions might have changed everything. In a clash held at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, Trevor Lawrence of the Jaguars orchestrated a comeback with 3 touchdown passes, while kicker Cam Little nailed a game-winning 52-yard field goal in overtime to seal the deal. Despite a slew of turnovers that could have sunk their ship, Jacksonville bounced back to claim victory. For context, turnovers, those are fumbles or interceptions that give the ball to the opposing team, can often spell disaster in football, but the Jags showed resilience by overcoming 4 of them. The Jaguars kicked off overtime and marched down the field, though their drive hit a snag. That's when Little stepped up with his clutch kick, hitting it true with 7:46 remaining to put Jacksonville ahead for good. Fun fact: earlier this season, Little smashed an NFL record with a whopping 68-yard field goal, proving he's got the leg power to match any challenge. Arizona wasn't done yet. They had a shot to force another twist. Quarterback Jacoby Brissett launched a 4th down pass to Xavier Weaver that just couldn't connect, leaving the Cardinals empty-handed. Interestingly, the team chose to gamble on that play instead of trying a potentially risky 60-yard field goal. But here's where it gets controversial. Was going for it the bold move of a desperate team, or a risky choice that backfired? Many fans debate whether coaches should trust their offense in such high-stakes spots or play it safe with a kick. Jacksonville, now sitting at 7-4, has clinched 3 wins in their last 4 games, boosting their hopes in the AFC playoff race. Meanwhile, Arizona drops to 3-8 after losing 8 of their past 9 contests, a tough stretch for any squad. The Jags surged late in the 4th quarter when Lawrence found Parker Washington for a touchdown in the back of the end zone, grabbing a 24-21 lead with just 3:47 to go. On their very next possession, they might have just drained the clock to end regulation time, but Lawrence's 4th and 1 pass attempt fell short with 1:44 left. 4th and 1, for beginners, means the offense needs to gain just 1 yard on 4th down to keep the drive alive, and it's a critical moment where teams often decide to run or pass. Arizona, though, wasn't out of tricks. Brissett engineered an 80-yard drive with no timeouts, hooking up with Michael Wilson for a 31-yard catch that set up kicker Chad Ryland for an easy shot. Ryland evened the score at 24 with a 29-yard field goal as time expired, sending the game into overtime. Talk about a heart-stopping finish. Lawrence wrapped up the day completing 18 of 30 passes for 256 yards, proving his mettle even amid a rough outing. He coughed up a fumble in the 1st quarter that the Cardinals turned into a touchdown, and tossed 3 interceptions, one in the 3rd quarter snatched by Garrett Williams in the end zone, and another later in the game picked off by Budda Baker. Yet, sandwiched between those errors, Lawrence fired a 10-yard touchdown strike to Jacoby Meyers, giving the Jags a 17-14 edge with 8:10 left in the 3rd. It's a great example of how quarterbacks can turn things around with one big play. On the other side, Brissett went 33-for-49 through the air for 317 yards and a touchdown. He's now 1-5 since replacing Kyler Murray, the 2-time Pro Bowl quarterback sidelined with a foot injury on injured reserve. Wilson hauled in 10 receptions for 118 yards to lead Arizona's receivers, helping them take a 14-10 halftime lead. The Cardinals nearly padded that advantage but missed out when Ryland pushed a 33-yard field goal wide right with just 13 seconds on the clock. Arizona evened things at 7 late in the 1st when rookie defensive lineman Walter Nolan III scooped up a Lawrence fumble, after a hit from safety Jalen Thompson, and dashed 7 yards for a touchdown. It was an incredible one-handed catch while still being blocked by Jacksonville's left tackle, Walker Little. For those new to the game, fumbles happen when a player loses control of the ball, often leading to exciting returns like this one. Dennis Gardeck added a third-down sack to stall Arizona's first drive. Gardeck, who played his first 7 NFL seasons with the Cardinals before joining the Jaguars this offseason, racked up 1.5 sacks in the game, contributing to the Jags' total of 6 sacks overall. Notably absent for Arizona, wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr., sidelined for his second straight game due to appendectomy surgery. Offensive lineman Will Hernandez, hip, and Nolan, knee, sat out the second half. For Jacksonville, offensive lineman Chuma Ediger exited with a calf injury in the second quarter and didn't return, while defensive lineman Danny Strigo left in the second half with a knee issue. Looking ahead, the Jaguars travel to face the Tennessee Titans next Sunday, while the Cardinals head to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. AP NFL, https://appnews.com/hub/NFL. Copyright 2025 Stats LLC and Associated Press. Any commercial use or distribution without the express written consent of Stats LLC and Associated Press is strictly prohibited. And this is the part most people miss. While the Jags' grit is inspiring, some might argue that the Cardinals' young talent, like Brissett and Wilson, hints at a brighter future despite the losses. What do you think? Should teams like Arizona take more chances in overtime, or was their decision to go for it a mistake? Do you side with Lawrence's resilient performance or question his turnovers? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear if you agree, disagree, or have a different take on this wild game.